Now, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry to say, but Perez has been absolutely treacherous this entire season. Whether it's been crashing out in races, whether it's been bad performances after bad performances in the race and in qualifying. Is it time that Red Bull rip up that little contract of his and say bye-bye at last? Or does he just keep on hindering that team for the next couple of seasons? Option B is what Red Bull have chosen. They have chosen Perez to win championships. Good morning, beautiful people on the internet. In my bid for positivity, let's first look at the good things that Perez has done in his little time at Red Bull. For one, he has gotten more wins in the last couple of seasons than Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris combined, so surely that means that he's doing something good in that Red Bull team. Hey, like and subscribe. Please, like and subscribe, please.
It's Perez in the Principality. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Sergio Perez wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sergio Perez wins in Azerbaijan. Sergio Perez wins. It's Perez on top.
Plus, let's not forget, he kind of hindered Lewis Hamilton's championship hopes in 2021. His defending was beautiful. It was fantastic. I don't know where that went. That kind of just fell off a cliff. However, all of the good things that I've just named, they all occurred over a year and a bit ago. He was all right back then. It's difficult to say. But now there's literally nothing that, well, it stands out. yes, okay, it stands out, but for the wrong reason. I don't want to slander the guy or anything, but I'm not exaggerating or anything. He does not deserve that Red Bull seat. There are so many better drivers that probably deserve that seat, and so many better drivers that could do better than what he is doing. He's been on that team since 2021, and surely by then the gap has to be getting smaller. But the gap is honestly just humongous right now between him and Max Verstappen. Now, although at the start of 2023 he might have showed some promise, I actually thought that he might be contending for the championship. Call me delusional, call me stupid, call me whatever you want to say, but he was like a couple points off of Verstappen after the first 4 races, and it honestly looked promising. Verstappen win, Perez win, Verstappen win, Perez win. It was neck and neck until it eventually wasn't, because Perez returns to his, well, original form.
Max Verstappen wins the Monaco Grand Prix. For sure.
At the start of the season, it was a fake and a frauded championship fight, just like Leclerc and Verstappen. And after that, he was literally nowhere to be seen. He had occasional appearances, like in Monza, where he had a scrap with, well, not his teammate, but with the slower Ferraris. And that was pretty much it for the rest of the season. But if you just look at the statistics, you see that, Red Bull finished 1-2 in the championship for the first time in their career. Sergio Perez must be doing a good job. He must be the best secondary driver. And I'm going to be honest, he was the best secondary driver. He was just letting Verstappen win and just dilly-dallying at the, well, wherever he was. He wasn't really causing that much of a hindrance. That was perfect for Red Bull. Absolutely glorious. There was no squabbles at the front of the field like Mercedes had in 2016. It was just an easy, free championship.
Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen. Red Bull domination. Max Verstappen, Max win. Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen wins 10 Grand Prix in a row to take the all-time record.
That's 88 missed podiums.
It was like going to your local corner shop, picking something off the shelf and just leaving. Let's be real, nothing's gonna happen. It was literally free. But I think there would have been more eyeballs on Perez if he didn't finish second in the drivers, because they are the most dominant car in history, so surely you must be doing that, and I guess he did, so yeah. And then 2024 comes around. New year, new season, new opportunities for Sergio Perez to do bits. And honestly, bits he was doing at the start. There's no denying that.
With a 1-2 for the second year running here, Perez across the line to finish second to lead home. A Red Bull 1-2, an outstanding result for the team, and it's a Red Bull 1-2 thanks to Sergio Perez.
However bad he is at the moment, we can't deny that at the start of the year, he was low-key cooking. He was the perfect thing for Red Bull. 3 1-2 finishes for Red Bull in the first 4 races, Sergio Perez obviously being second every single time. And then you really couldn't ask for anything better. And then the 5th race in China, he came 3rd whilst Max Verstappen won. It was perfect. You couldn't ask for anything better. He was the perfect secondary driver. And I'm guessing in that time, Christian Horner was thinking, holy, we have a team on our hands. As you might have expected, all of that was short-lived. Just like every single Ferrari season, there's a slight chance of a championship battle, but then they go back into their little burrow and just be relevant for the rest of the year. And that exact same thing happened with Sergio Perez. The European circuit's hit, and Perez was released from his cage. In the time where Max Verstappen is leading and winning the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, Sergio Perez is dilly-dallying in P8. 1 minute off of the lead. That's a whole minute throughout like a 1 hour 40-minute race. That's a lot in the exact same machinery. Sergio Perez should be, on paper, the exact same speed as Max Verstappen. But that just proves that there's a massive skill issue in the Sergio Perez driving style conundrum. It wasn't just the fact that he finished a minute off of Verstappen, it was the fact that he crashed in FP3, and then in the race he decided to go on a little gravel trip. A little, hello gravel, yeah, nice to see you. Didn't that just hurt, really, like honestly. Christian Horner, in a bid to cheer him up after his bad performance in Imola, was like, hey, I think we should sign another contract for a couple years. You've been good for us most of the season. Why not? Let's cheer you up. You've been good around Monaco in the past. You've won the race in the past. You have the exact same amount of wins at that race where Daniel Ricciardo has. And Daniel Ricciardo was arguably one of our best drivers. So, Perez, hi there. Hey, yeah. Sign this contract. It'll be beautiful. In Monaco, you'll just show everybody how good you are because you like street tracks, don't you? You've pretty much only won races at street tracks. So just, you know, there you go. Sergio Perez, being Sergio Perez, took that with open arms and signed the contract. And then Monaco came around.
What a Sunday of motorsport this is going to be, and it starts off here in Monaco.
So it's all about Sergio Perez now. He needs a lap to progress. Can he find the time? Oh, Perez goes over the line and he's out in Q1.
Further incident, is that Perez in the Red Bull missing corners?
Oh, that's a big crash that we didn't see further back. Most important thing to see. Look, no front left, no front right. But Perez, thankfully, out of the car.
Pushing up there. So one wheel escaped on its tethers, hopefully.
It's honestly a fantastic way to celebrate by qualifying P18. And surely, get some data on the race. Just, you're not going to score any points. Just finish the race. Don't do anything. Just chill out. And if you call chilling out crashing out on the first lap, then I'm not sure. You're currently leading the Destructors Championship. You currently have wasted so much money of Red Bull that they could have spent developing the car. I don't know what you're doing. That's Imola. That's Monaco. That's back-to-back races where you've been treacherous. And then Canada comes around. Canada isn't in Europe. Perez probably could say bye-bye to it. That's in another continent. But no.
Sergio Perez is out in the first part of qualifying.
He qualifies P16, as if you really can't get any worse. What, there's Logan Sargent behind you, Zhou Guan Yu, and that's literally it. You're fighting against them. In the race, he crashes out on lap 1. Continues on driving in a manner that isn't the safest, and then it gets to a point where he crashes out once again in the race, but this time it's terminal. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Qualifying 16th, your teammate's winning the race, you crash out, your teammate isn't crashing out, what are you actually doing? And the fact that after every interview, bro is saying, yeah, don't worry, this was a little blip, next year we'll be back pushing. If you mean like pushing to get out of Q1, then you're correct, because you ain't pushing for podiums. You ain't even pushing for the win. You're barely pushing for the points these days. And your teammate is winning. But to be fair, Spain wasn't horrible at all. He qualified P8, Verstappen P2, and he was 1 minute off the lead. No crashes, no incidents. But just Oh my. In Austria, he was battling the Hasses for the entire race, and after Verstappen's little crash with Lando Norris, after a 10-second time penalty, after driving on a flat tyre for half the lap, after pitting, after changing tyres, after everything, he still finished miles ahead of Sergio Perez, who finished behind Hulkenberg. And then in Great Britain, crashes out in qualifying, and finishes the race in P17. Sergio Perez isn't really what Red Bull needs. Red Bull needed Sergio Perez when their car was dominant, but now that their car isn't the fastest car on the grid, heck, it might not even be the second fastest car on the grid. Mercedes might be faster, McLaren, they're probably faster. Sergio Perez is really nowhere, and in dire times where Red Bull needs the point, Verstappen is scrapping points, but Sergio Perez isn't. McLaren are gaining on them in the constructors every single race weekend, and so are Mercedes. And if this form continues on throughout the rest of the year, then I don't think Red Bull are going to win those Constructors' Championship. Red Bull desperately wants to win like every other team do, but Sergio Perez single-handedly might hinder everything. It's not that Sergio Perez is a bad driver. He's not that good in that Red Bull team. Red Bull is just Team Max Verstappen, and Sergio Perez isn't the greatest in that environment. I mean, neither was Gasly, neither was Alex Albon, but Sergio Perez this year, I think, has been one of the most awfulest drivers on the entire grid.
And that's on period.
And if you disagree and you're saying that he's just had a bad couple races, you can't have just had a bad couple races. There's a point. Oh no! There's a point where you stop being bad, or say he's just been getting unlucky. There's a point where you stop being unlucky. There's a point where luck is on your side. Pierre Gasly won a race, pure luck. Ricciardo won Monza, basically pure luck, the leaders crashing out. But Perez consistently crashing, consistently finding the gravel, consistently bad quali, consistently bad races, consistently a minute off of Verstappen in the races. That's just, it's not luck, right? You're just awful. You're just dead set trash. And I think it's about time. If Red Bull want to clinch that Constructors, he either departs, they boot him out, and they get somebody else in. Because if this continues on, the Red Bull isn't the fastest, it's like the third fastest car, then they have no hope. And other teams, they can battle with two cars up at the front of the grid. Mercedes, Russell and Hamilton, they can like kabooyah Verstappen out of the way. They can play with him. They could, ooh, you're not getting past. And same with the McLaren boys, if Piastri can even keep up. And trust me, these aren't slanders. I would love to be saying that, oh, Sergio Perez had a bad blip in performance, but he has returned to his former 2021 gloriness, 2020 gloriness. But that really isn't the case. These are just like straight cold facts. And if you think that I'm capping, if you think that I'm waffling, then there is something wrong with you, because no, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And the worst part about it is it's not getting better. It's getting worse and worse every single race, to the point where when Crofty says, oh, we didn't expect Sergio Perez to crash out. We didn't expect Sergio Perez to qualify P18. Oh, that is unexpected, Sergio Perez crashing out and finishing last. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, because deep in my heart, it's always a possibility that Sergio Perez will throw another curveball in the race and just do whatever he does best this season. And just to top it all off, Helmut Marko has just announced that Sergio Perez will be analysed during the summer break. He will be, every single contract has a clause on it. So, does that mean that Sergio Perez is being dropped midway through the season? Hello? Can that happen? So with that massive conundrum out the way, let me know down in the comments, do you think that Red Bull will win the Constructors? Do you think that Sergio Perez will fix up? Or do you think that he will be dropped? Let me know down in the comments and watch if this is proper like. I don't know why you wouldn't, because if you don't, then you're a fake and a fraud, and then that's kind of sad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a safe and fantastic rest of your day, and push.
That's all, folks.